It's new at 10. Colorado's Commissioner of Agriculture in the state beef industry reaching out to let customers know there is plenty of high-quality beef available. He told our Andy Cohen that the cattle industry has a bit more flexibility to deal with disruptions like the stay-at-home order and the temporary closure of the processing plant in Greeley.
The biggest change affecting our beef industry has been the president's use of the Defense Production Act this week to keep meat processing plants open. It's a move that was met with some criticism from labor leaders who point out that employees at those plants are getting sick in large numbers and in some cases dying from COVID-19. The Colorado Cattlemen's Association wants those working in the beef industry to know that health and safety is a top priority.
We ought to take every precaution necessary that we can in order to keep everybody healthy.
They also want consumers, many of whom are now out of work, to still be able to feed their families affordably, so they welcome the president's use of the Defense Production Act.
Prior to that, there was just a lot of mixed messaging.
He said the guidance they were getting from the CDC, state health officials, and local health officials was often at odds with each other in the early weeks of the pandemic.
There's an incredible amount of work going on behind the scenes that consumers don't often see.
The week-long closure at the JBS plant caused backups in the supply chain. Beef, unlike pork and poultry, has several weeks' worth of products kept in cold storage, giving them some flexibility.
We don't anticipate in the immediate or near-term future having any disruption to supply into the stores.
Pork products don't have that same cushion.
There's very little margin for a change in timing throughout the supply chain. So if you get backed up in terms of processing or slaughter, then those pigs don't have really anywhere to go.
Meaning ranchers may be forced to euthanize animals rather than sell them, as this inspector explained to NBC News.
You're going to see some empty shelves in the meat and poultry counters, whether it is, a rack of ribs, or if it is a bratwurst, or if it is a summer sausage.
Unions representing meat industry workers wanted more COVID-19 testing at plants and stronger employee protections before those facilities reopened.
How much is a life worth as opposed to beef, pork, and chicken?
We can't sacrifice workers to continue the food supply chain. I mean, these are human beings.
Despite all of the challenges, the Commissioner of Agriculture remains optimistic that customers won't see much of a disruption at the store, at least with beef products.
We do not expect this to hit the shelves. Right now, we are not concerned about a shortage at the grocery end, but we're working on the backside to make sure that's the case.
Always watching out for you, Andy Cohen, News 5.